Hello and welcome to another episode. This is episode 4 of getting started on the cajon, some cajon basics to help you along your journey on this drum. So in the previous episode, we went over what would be the beginnings of a basic rock groove where the backbeat or the snare is on 2 and 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. And we used an exercise to get you started also in moving and developing tones, your tone on the drums. So 1, 2, 3, 4. In this episode, what we're going to do is incorporate fingertips and some exercises for that. Now, before we get into that, I just wanted to encourage you, if this video helps you at all, if you like what you're seeing, then hit that like button, hit me a like there, and also hit the subscribe button if you'd like to be notified on any future videos. All of the episodes will be every Saturday, upload a new video every Saturday, but there will also be bonus videos throughout the week. So if you'd like to be notified on when a new video is coming up, hit the subscribe button and I'll see you then. Okay? So let's get back started on the cajon. What I'm going to do is play this exercise, but I'm going to incorporate my other hand as well. All right? So before, we were just basically setting our metronome to a pace that is comfortable. But now what I'm going to do is, and we were doing one hand. Now I'm going to incorporate my other hand. All right? Now, also, I'm basically going straight up the cajon here, straight up into the center, but you can also go out towards the sides and the corners. And depending on how far out you go, will change the tone. It's a little meatier, fuller, right towards the center. And if you dig down in a little bit or down on the cajon, but you can also play right on the corner tips. Okay, so now I'm going to play back to the cajon here in this exercise, incorporating my other hand. So it's going to be the basics of a rock beat. I'm going to play that, and then I'm going to, the first time, and then the second pass, I'm going to play with using my fingertips, and then show you a couple exercises to develop your ability to move around in the cajon with those fingertips. Okay? So let's do this. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice I'm using now my other hand. Set your metronome. Maybe set a timer, about 2 minutes. And just stay right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keeping that bass on 1 and 3. Snare on 2 and 4. Okay? In this instance, my right hand's playing all of the bass notes, my left hand's playing all of the snare notes. Okay? And then alternate. Try, once you set a certain snare, to keep it the same each time. Okay? And you'll notice it's much different if I, as opposed to coming towards the center. Okay? Now, if I sped it up, sounds like that. Now, if I incorporate my fingertips, it changes the whole feel of what's being played. Now, what am I doing? On this particular rhythm, I'm playing fingertips with my left hand, the hand that is playing the bass. Left, left with a fingertip, ghost note, okay? Grace note. Snare, fingertip. So it's bass, fingertip, snare, fingertip. Bass, fingertip, snare, fingertip, bass, fingertip, snare, fingertip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Now, if I were to play 2 bass notes, if I were to play 2 bass notes in the beginning on 1, so 1 and 2, 3, 4. then it would sound like this. So all I'm doing here is adding another bass note, but I'm keeping the fingertips in. Speed it up. Okay, I'm adding fingertips in here. It changes the whole sound. Let's take the fingertips out again. One and two and three and four. One and two. Now, if I were not playing them as ghost notes, dynamically softer, it would also change the feel. So it's very important to use dynamics, playing softer or louder. Okay? So, for instance, it's a lot different than it's not. It's doom doom tat tat doom tat tat doom tat tat. Fingertips. So, a couple ways that we can develop our ability to control our ghost notes, our dynamics in these types of rhythms, in this type of basic rock beat, is we can, before where we were playing bass, bass, snare, snare, bass, bass. Remember, we're swimming here, digging a ditch. Not, is that we can, instead of just coming here, we can also play it softer. Hard, hard, soft, soft. Now soft, soft. Hard, 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 soft, hard, soft, 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 soft. Now, let's add fingertips as opposed to just doing that. We're going to go bass, fingertip, bass, fingertip, snare, fingertip, snare, fingertip. What am I doing here? As soon as I'm hitting it, you'll notice that my fingertips come out off the drum just a little bit and then just touch the drum. Do this with the metronome. You set your metronome. Beep, boop, 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 beep, boop, 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 beep, boop, boop, boop. And this will help develop those fingertips. Now, the second way that we can develop this is going to be a little bit different, and this is something that we haven't fully talked about, and we'll introduce it in this video and elaborate on it in the next video. Is playing finger or bass finger or heel tip, which is basically going to be a full-on bass note. Hand comes right onto the drum, and then out, fingertips up to the sky there, or out, and then back on the drum. Okay? This is used in conga, playing congas a lot, right? Basically, all I'm doing is hitting flat on the drum, fingertips out and back. Not just touch, but the same with a certain amount of force. Okay? And playing this, by doing this, you can set a metronome and just do this for 2 minutes at the same tempo, will develop the ability to play those fingertips where they're automatic. Right? So that developing that mode. So an exercise, another good exercise is basically we're just going to go bass, fingertip, snare, fingertip, snare, fingertip. Okay? So we have, and I'm sorry, that's the first exercise. The second exercise is bass, fingertip. Other hand, bass, fingertip. So we have two exercises to develop this playing, this style of playing. All right? Bass, fingertip, snare, fingertip, and bass, fingertip, fingertip. One hand at a time. Switch hands. You can do this for 2 minutes, doing 8 counts on each hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can do this and slide up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Same hand. Now, back to the very first thing we did when incorporating fingertips into what's the basic of a rock groove. Both hands. Remember, it's going to be bass, tip, snare, fingertip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so actually we have 3 full-on exercises for this episode. The first one being bass, fingertip, snare, fingertip. Bass, fingertip, snare, fingertip. Switch hands. Bass, fingertip, snare, fingertip. And then the second one, bass, fingertip, snare, fingertip, snare, fingertip. Okay? And then the third one, bass, fingers, palm, fingers, palm, fingers, palm, fingers, palm, fingers. Work on those. Try to have an established set of time with a tempo where you are not consistently making mistakes, and set a time of doing that, and really take your time in making sure that all of the tones are even and consistent, the same. And I guarantee you this will help your ability in moving around on the drum. All right, I'll see you in the next episode. Remember to hit subscribe and like. That way you'll be notified on the next video that's coming up. I'll see you soon.